Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Claudia, a wife, mom, and a full-time teacher. I have been on a journey to become the best version of myself, and I have lost over 60 pounds on the medication Semaglutide, and I am determined to keep that off. So I have been off track for the last couple months, and I decided for the month of August, I wanted to hit the reset button. I wanted a more consistent, productive routine as far as eating healthier, planning out my meals, starting my devotionals back, getting up early, working out, all those things of a productive routine. However, that did not happen. And here's why. As a teacher, the month of August is super busy. So I decided to start back on the day that we went back to work. We went back to work August 4th, and the students returned on August 7th. So leading up to then, there are staff meetings, trainings, meet the teachers for my kids' schools, where we can drop supplies off. There's so many things that go on. Getting your classroom back together. And I am a special education teacher, and if you are in that world, you know there is tons of paperwork. So just making sure that all those ins and outs are done. I was at the school 2 nights late. One night I didn't leave till like 6:45, and the next night was about 5:30. And this is like prepping my classroom, making sure that I have, all my students who are coming to see me, their paperwork organized. It's a busy time. Now, if I'm also, adding in teacher life, I have mom life. So my daughter's involved in things. My son still had swimming. So there were days where I had to leave. I actually left one day and took him to swimming, dropped him off with my husband, and went back to work and actually worked until, I can't remember if it was 5:30 or that 6:45 night. And so my daughter's also on the school leadership team, where she had to be there to kind of help the new students get around and kind of learn the building. So I had to take her there. This is within 3 days, okay? Because we started on a Monday as teachers, and then the students went back to work on a Thursday. We also had a parent dance meeting one night. There was an eye appointments one day after work. So work and then my outside of work life, my home life, was still just as busy. And for those that don't know, I am in a rental. I'm having some issues with a insurance claim. The insurance is challenging the claim, and right now I don't want to say they're not going to cover it, because I believe that they are. However, we're in a rental, so I had to come out of pocket for that. And it was just a lot of things going on it was last week, because we're in a new week now. It was a lot of things going on last week. And so long story short, I didn't get to the gym. I didn't drink my water. I mean, we had meals, but it wasn't planned. I was able to still get up early and do my devotional, so I will say that I did get a win. And I do believe, y'all, I have always battled with that. I said that one time before in the video. I've always battled with, I was not like that morning person to be able to feel like I was getting something out of my devotionals, because I felt so sluggish because I'm getting up so early. But I had to pray about that. And I just asked God to help me to be able to get up early enough, to be able to feel my spirit, because going into the day, I mean, I was hit with one thing after another. Y'all, I even paid my mortgage note twice. 2 times I set up auto pay and didn't realize it, and then I paid them again. So you are hit with so many things throughout your day. You need this, and I'm an advocate for incorporating this in your routine if you don't have this already. So I think doing the devotionals and waking up early was able to help me get through these days of having so many things on my plate. So I would recommend that to anybody if you have not started doing that, or if you're trying to decide, getting up early. I think that's one of the best things that I've started doing besides my audiobooks. Then the weekend came. So my son participated in this all-state baseball tournament that went from Friday night around 6:30. That was one game, and then he had 2 games on Saturday, and then he had 2 games on Sunday. So my daughter also had a community pep rally on Sunday. So we left the baseball tournament and went straight to the community pep rally. And this was the busiest weekend I think I've had in a while. I don't think we've ever had weekends where we are doing something Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, multiple things. So it was not time for me to regroup and reset for this week that I'm in. So I had to just be real with myself. I was like, okay, here's the truth, Claudia, you're not going to get it done. It's not going to happen. The reset won't happen this week, and it's not happening this week because I wasn't able to reset and try to refocus for this week that I'm in over the weekend because the weekend was so busy. So I had to just, give myself some grace. I have learned over these, probably like the last 5 years, that I have to show myself grace. As hard as I try to keep things on track, God knows I'm doing better. I know, there's things that's going to come up, and I had to realize I'm giving, 100% here. I'm trying, but certain things I can't get around. That's why I think prior planning is the best thing, because I should have been really like planning it out. Like, Claudia, you're not about to be able to do all these things with school starting back. So you should have just been like, okay, let's start by that 3rd week of school. We are in midweek of the 2nd full week of August. So I've decided, okay, this coming up weekend, we don't have anything planned besides church, and then my son has a birthday party. But there is pockets of time where I can reset and get prepared for next week. So next week I am starting my reset. However, I'm not going to take my medication right now. I feel like I'm just not in the headspace for it. I want to give myself probably to September. I want to just wait a little bit. It's too many things going on for me to have to get to the clinic. I'm just going to wait till September. So I was like, that's fine. I will say this. Let me just add this in. So I did share in my last video that I have been really watching the ingredients that I am eating, like the foods that we're buying in these stores. We know that, some of the ingredients are not healthy for our bodies. Disclaimer, I am no doctor. I'm just trying this for myself because I've done some research, but please do your own research and do what's best for you. But I lost 5 pounds. Yeah, I weighed myself last week and I was back down to 172. However, I feel like I'm back up. You know how you feel like your body's heavier? I don't really know that, but because I haven't weighed myself this week. But I was like, I feel like that must be the ingredients, because we cleared out our pantry. We cleared out our refrigerator. Now, we didn't get rid of everything. Let me not say cleared out like we got rid of everything, because we did still keep a few things. But even my husband's on board. My kids are on board. We just sat down and just like talked to them about it. And they have really, like I said, been on board with this change. So we are slowly making these changes. We are not fully, into all the natural, but we are definitely going in the right direction. Next week, I will be back in the gym. I will be planning out these meals so that way I can make sure I'm eating healthier. I will also be trying some new recipes. I've seen tons, and so I'm going to be trying some things so I can share some recipes with y'all so I can let y'all know how that process is going. Like I said, sometimes you just have to adjust and show yourself grace, and I realize this is one of those times. So that's my update, and I wanted to just get on here and just share with you all how things are going. If you are on a weight loss journey, whether you're taking medication or not, please let me know in the comments. I would love to hear about how your journey is going. I am, like I said, currently off the medication. I probably will wait till September. And if you have not yet, please subscribe to my channel if you want to continue hearing about my journey. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.